comes through his toughness and you get physical with him, he has no problem getting physical right back.
He hits the second from the line. 26 seconds left in the third. Morant outside. There's 14 seconds left in the third. Can they get it? Slim pulls it in. Slim's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons able to put on a show for the ages. The scoring has been... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Fontecchio, Isaiah Stewart out there with Harris, and there's Slim, and it's Waters in at the 2. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Now, here's McConnell, guarded closely. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
Conchar with it, out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Detroit. G.G. Jackson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And for the Pistons, they're shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. Slim, no good. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. And Jackson gets it to go.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Pass to Waters. There's the triple. Hits the three-point bomb.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And the wide-open shot from McConnell. They get it back. Love the pass to Conchar. Tries yet again. And it's Fontecchio with the rebound. There's the pass to Waters. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Here's McConnell. Rebound by the Pistons. They host the Kings after this game, and that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Lets the 3 fly. Slim, no good. For Memphis, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Here's Conchar. That shot missing. Nice D from Slim. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. What are some of those qualities that you admire in a great teammate?
You know, Kevin, you want guys who make you better and who make it fun to come to work every day. In the end, teammates are like family. So trust, commitment, and just enjoying being with one another, it matters.
They get it back. Jackson. Nice D from Slim.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Passes it to Duren. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Here's McConnell. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Hardaway. Marvin Bagley's checked in for Memphis. Luke Kennard comes in for John Conchar. Schroeder comes with the double team. Pass to Bagley. Here's Jackson. Detroit with the rebound. Stewart's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Slim. Puts up a deep 3 from beyond the arc and then some. Slim's got 18 points now here in the second half.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Bagley, the pass to Jackson. Rebound, Detroit.
2 minutes.
And it's Detroit's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. And that one's good. Schroeder.
And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man simply devours these chances inside.
Now, here's McConnell. He's guarded closely. The pass to Bagley. Good. And McConnell gets the assist.
I think the defense has more concerns out there on the floor, and they give him a good open look from the perimeter.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Brent is a guy who has played with winning teams, been in terrific cultures, and currently in one with the Spurs. What do you think is more important, team culture or raw talent?
Well, I believe in the culture carrying teams to a championship, but you can't do that without talent. So it's got to be a blend of both, Kevin, in order for your team to perform at its highest level. Culture comes first.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pistons.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And in what's been a tremendous year tonight, another example, and he'll push their amazing win total on the season to 68. An outstanding, outstanding season we've watched this team play.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Slim.
And with all these assists, it's obvious how well that he can see the entirety of the floor out there. If an easy bucket is to be had, he'll find it.
Passes it to Jackson. That's good. It's McConnell with the assist.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Out to the right wing. Here is Slim. They grab their own miss, and it's denied. Shot from 12, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Assisted by
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
It's time to meet the starting five for your Detroit Pistons. Starting at the park.
Now, New York starting five. Precious Achiuwa is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's DeLon Wright. And it's Bridges in at the 2 spot. And for the Pistons, Thompson and Harris are the 3 and the 4. Then there's Cade Cunningham. Then it's Duren. And it's Slim in at the shooting guard. All right, Grant, coming down to the final few games now. This playoff push sure will be interesting.
Oh, no doubt. And I'm looking forward to it, B.A. The teams trying to make the playoffs will be going all out. And that kind of intensity in these games will be fun to watch.
Now here's Achiuwa. Misses off the right iron. Thompson against Anunoby. Slim, pass to Duren. Here's Slim. The three-pointer off the mark. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Knicks. Pass to Towns. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Nice positioning and footwork on point. And Towns so smooth down there inside.
Oh, deflected. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Towns.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
Yeah, Harris is all heart. He won't relent on the play and ends up getting an and-one chance.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Fades. That one's wide left. And here's Detroit. Cunningham on the wing. To the inside. Slim. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Now, for a younger guy, Cunningham's vision is impressive. He's always watching the floor.
Pass to Anunoby. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Second personal.
That one on Thompson. New York shooting their first free throws of the night. Beasley's checked in for Detroit. Both free throws good from Anunoby. Pass to Cunningham. To the left wing. Here's Slim. No good on the 3.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
And there's Towns on the assist from Anunoby.
Yeah, with his size and build, Towns can be very forceful inside, and no one was able to stop him.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring option.
And here are the Knicks now. The Pistons getting their last shot to go. And here's Wright from the arc. Duren with the rebound.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Pass to Wright. Inside. Here's Achua. Misses the layup. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 6 from the floor. 4-3. Slim with a bucket. Slim's got 7 points in the game.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, JB Bickerstaff and I were able to chat. We got into it about his strategy against Karl Anthony Towns. These modern bigs are tough to stop, he told me, and went on to say, I'm hoping we can just force him to take bad shots, not the ones that he wants. I'll settle for that. So they're looking to disrupt Cat's selections and keep him from his spots, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie.
Sometimes it's just better to give up the rebound instead of fighting through the guy.
Yeah, that's a careless foul. Look, you like that he's being aggressive, but you also have to be disciplined.
Stewart, he's checked in for the Pistons. Ivy comes in for Cade Cunningham. Detroit has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Down low. Stewart, the pass to Slim. 6 to shoot. Shoots a fadeaway. And it falls. 4 for 8 for him from the floor.
Yeah, that fadeaway gave him more than enough space to get that shot off.
Beasley, right side. Pass to Slim. And there's 1:45 left in the first quarter. To the paint. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Robinson. Bridges passes to Towns. Banked it in off the glass. He has 6.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Greg.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
It's good. Towns has got 8 points.
Perfect from the field this quarter. Gotta wonder how long he can sustain it.
Detroit calls timeout. They put up a nice win against Sacramento last time out.
And they got into a consistent offensive flow, largely because the defense they were facing was poor.
Yeah, but even against weak defense,
Substitution on the court.
Here's Slim. Against Sacramento, he was really on his game. They've got Jalen Duren. Tim Hardaway is out there with Asar Thompson. Then there's Cade Cunningham. And it's Slim in at the point guard position. That's the group for Detroit right now.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
Slim, pass to Cunningham. Here's Slim. And it's New York with a rebound. Last time they met was in New York.
Oh my, it was a great game. It went down to the wire. Both teams gave all they had, but only one could come away satisfied.
yeah, this is the kind of game you come away thinking coulda, woulda, shoulda. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way.
That's tough to take as a defender. You've got position, and you still get beat.
Here's Kolek, averaging around 6 a game. It's deflected. Right against Cunningham. Pass to Slim. Robinson with a steal. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And the rate of player ejections going up in recent seasons, Stan.
Well, Brian, players these days certainly have a voice in a lot of things. And when it comes to critiquing officials, they're not shy. We see complaints on virtually every call in games now, and the referees seem to have had enough of it.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Here's Kolek. He's watched by Cunningham. Kolek's shot is off.
You challenge a player on a layup, that's what...
Oh, he packed it down!
That is incredible.
Flying high, Ausar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
And up the court come the Pistons on the break. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. And a breakdown here, guys, of the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
Yeah, they've also had a great deal of second chance points tonight. Great job finding the offensive board and then converting on those extra tries.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, Slim in the last outing against the Kings was all business. He ended up with 26 points, and he made the defense look helpless as he piled on the points. Putting in a performance like that one really builds momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that wave tonight, guys.
Great report there, Allie. It was obvious he could do anything he wanted. A fantastic win.
Well, I'll tell you, he was enjoying himself out there, kind of like us here in the broadcast booth. And whoever was matched up against him wasn't enjoying himself.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Here in quarter two, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's Kolek. Puts it up from 12. Achua, it's good on the putback. Achua's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, I can't tell you what a difference second chance points make in a game. That can be the factor that swings the outcome.
Here's Slim. Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
You have to put a body on Duren. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
Here's Kolek, defended by Thompson. Kolek's shot is off.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Knocks down the long J.
Well, that's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Coming into this, having notched a win against Boston in their last game.
They really relied on the perimeter game in that one. Just consistent from distance all night.
Yeah, and what the heck were you supposed to do to stop them? Bucket after bucket from deep. Quite a showing.
And Detroit making a change here. Harris is checked in. Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
Stewart, he's checked in for Detroit. Ivy comes in for Thompson. Payne's checked in for New York. Here's Ivy. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. And Towns has got the ball here for New York. Trailing by 5.
2 minutes remaining in the
And the Knicks miss again.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Here's Bridges. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
And every year, Bridges seems to take a...
And a pretty tightly contested...
With the score, your Pistons 41, the Knicks 37.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. The Pistons lead by 4. And on the floor for Tom Thibodeau as we get into the second half. They've got DeLon Wright. Achua is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Bridges in at the shooting guard position. Duren, and makes it with the kiss.
Good job hitting the glass. They're +8 in rebounding.
Knicks trail by 6. Pass to Wright. Now here's Anunoby. Off target from three-point range. Cunningham against Wright. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
Thompson, he's checked in for Waters. And here's Wright from the arc. Drops in the 3.
Yeah, making the smart pass there. I mean, Bridges doesn't just hold the ball.
Here's Slim. He's guarded by Bridges. Slim, the pass to Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Pass to Bridges. And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. The Pistons clear it. Cunningham's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Slim. He's guarded by Bridges. Slim with a bucket. Slim's got 21 points in the game.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
Pass to Cunningham. Cunningham into the lane. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Harris passes to Slim. Back to Harris. He can't get that one to fall. Achua with some nice D. Thompson against Anunoby. Here's Achua. Achua with the dunk.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Stolen by Bridges. Outside Anunoby. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. They get the rebound.
And they're ahead right now because they're working so hard on the glass.
Yeah, they're winning the possession battle, and that's often what decides games in the NBA.
And Cunningham pulls it down. Cunningham's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Slim. 21 points in the game. Wide open, but he couldn't capitalize.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO."
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie. Now a timeout called by New York.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
For the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Towns. McBride comes.
Substitution on the court.
7 seconds left in the third. Yep, that one's good. Slim's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And give credit to Coach there for drawing that up. He positioned his guys for immediate success.
And so it's Detroit closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's all due to their